Welcome to Lernerville Speedway, just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here today, we have the heat races for the Firecracker 100 and the regular season finale. The points battle is sure is going to be a good one. But first, we got to get the heat races done, and that's what we have on our hands today. 9 drivers, 4 heat races, and only 7 of those drivers running will automatically advance. But there will be 2 points provisionals. We'll talk about that later. But first, let's get into your ones to watch for today's heat races. Christopher Bell, starting on pole. He has been the fast dirt track racer. He qualified first, and possibly he could finish first here in the first heat race. Well, let's see what he can do today in his Toyota Camry. Looking mighty fast. I'm watching that 20 car for the win of this heat race and for the feature tomorrow. So let's take a look at your starting lineup. Row 1, Christopher Bell and Ross Chastain. Row 2, Denny Hamlin and Jonathan Davenport. Row 3, Hudson O'Neal, Noah Gragson. Row 4, Josh Berry, Corey LaJoie, and Row 5, Eric Jones. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the start of Heat 1. The green flag's flying, and we're underway in Heat 1. Christopher Bell gets the jump on Ross Chastain, but here comes Denny Hamlin on the inside, side by side, going into 3. Chastain uses the bottom to his advantage. He will lead that lap barely over Bell, but Bell with the top line advantage. He will keep the lead as Bell fighting on the outside. Contact made for the lead. Chastain slides up the hill, and Bell comes to prevail. Ross Chastain fades back to 3rd, but up front, 2 Toyota Camrys for Joe Gibbs Racing. Out front, 2 laps to go in Heat 1. Denny Hamlin following in line of Christopher Bell as they take the white flag. 1 lap to go in Heat 1. Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, your top 3. We're coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Christopher Bell picks up the checkered flag in Heat 1, and he will win it. As the final 2 drivers eliminated, it's Corey LaJoie and Eric Jones. But up front, Christopher Bell wins Heat 1. What a job by Christopher Bell as he's able to hold off the rest of the field. But in the back, in the rear, Corey LaJoie and Eric Jones have been eliminated from chances of racing unless if they can get the points provisional. But they're very low in points, so I doubt it. Anyway, Christopher Bell picks up the win. Denny Hamlin 2nd, Ross Chastain 4th, Jonathan Davenport's 4th, Chastain 3rd, Hudson O'Neal 5th, Josh Berry 6th, Noah Gragson 7th. Those are your drivers advancing on position. But now as Heat 1 is over, we will be going to Heat 2 in the Firecracker 100 weekend. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the Firecracker 100 weekend races. Here is Heat 2 coming up now after Heat 1. Christopher Bell dominates Heat 1, no cautions, as he finishes out the thing with a checkered flag. And he will advance and start on pole for tomorrow's feature. But now that Heat 1 is over, Heat 2 is now coming up with your current tie for the regular season points lead for Kurt Busch, starting on pole. He qualified 2nd in qualification for the Lernerville. He's looking pretty fast. He's my pick for this heat, as he's got Chase Elliott and Logano behind him. But right now, Kurt Busch starting on pole. He got 2nd place in qualifying, couldn't get the fastest lap, but Toyota's looking mighty strong here in Lernerville. Major difference since in the spring, all the way back in southern Florida. Here's your starting line. Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott make up row 1. Joey Logano and Chase Briscoe make up row 2. Ryan Preece and Ty Gibbs make up row 3. Daniel Hemrick, Harrison Burton, and Austin Dillon will round out the field, trying not to get eliminated. But let's see. 7 drivers will make it. We're going to Heat 2. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the start of Heat 2. The green flag is flying, and we're underway. Chase Elliott gets muscled out of the way as Kurt Busch is clear for the lead. Logano up to 2nd place. Can he get a run on Kurt Busch? To the inside. Kurt Busch off the top. He's going to lead that lap just by a nose. As Kurt Busch again ripping top. Oh, Preece! Huge crash! Ryan Preece up in the air. He had 2 wheels up in the air, possibly all 4, as he bit into the grass off the top of the berm of the racetrack. We need to see replay of this. That looked pretty nasty. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he got off the berm. He came in his back tire, clipped the grass, and it about made him flip into the catch fence. That motor could have been awful. But luckily, he will be able to stay safe. He has gotten out of the race car under his own power, but look at that car fly up in the air, come back on the ground on all 4s. He's lucky that car didn't bite, because it could have easily went into the catch fence. Who knows what. A lot of spectators back there too. So I'm glad he didn't flip, but it sucks for his weekend to be over like that, as we will get ready for the restart with 2 laps to go in Heat 2. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway. 2 laps to go in Heat 2. The green flag's back in the air. Kurt Busch is going to lead him. Here comes Chase Elliott to the bottom. Oh, Kurt Busch rips the top. He's going to clear him as Logano almost gets shoved off the racing surface. As there's 1 lap to go. 3 wide for the lead. Kurt Busch ripping the top. He's going to get a huge run. He clears for the lead. And coming through 3 and 4 for the final time, Kurt Busch wins Heat 2. What a race for those final 2 laps as Kurt Busch picking up the W. Another Toyota winning a heat race. I'm looking for the Toyotas to be pretty dominant. But a disappointing run for Harrison Burton. He will not make the feature for tomorrow unless if he has a higher points position. We'll have to see at the end of this video. But Kurt Busch picking up the W and that 1 point. He is now currently ahead of Kyle Busch. So if Kyle Busch can come into the next heat race and win it, there will be back tied. But if not, Kurt Busch will have the regular season points lead. It's going to be an entertaining one because next heat has Kyle Busch in it. So I have to watch out for him as Heat 3 is coming up next. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the Firecracker 100 presented by Big River Steel Company. Heat 3 is now lined up on the grid. Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Chevrolets all around at that top 3. Looking for Chevrolet to try to be pretty dominant. But you've seen how those Toyotas have been so far. Martrex Jr. and Bubba Wallace, both Toyota drivers, they could possibly sneak up in here and get a heat win too. Toyota's been very dominant. Their setups have looked great on the top of the racetrack. But you see it's weird because Kurt Busch ripping the top very, very fast. Christopher Bell, a bottom feeder, and they made both of them work, so watch out for those Toyotas tomorrow. But up front for this heat race, Alex Bowman qualified 3rd overall. He will start first in Heat 3. Looking for that 48 Ally machine to be pretty dominant. But Kyle Busch right behind him looking for some points after Kurt Busch just took the regular season points lead. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for today. Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, row 1. Row 2, William Byron and Martins Jr. Row 3, Kevin Harvick and Bubba Wallace. Row 4, Daniel Suarez and Todd Gilliland. And rounding out the field in row 5 is Carson Hocevar. We'll be back for the green flag. As the pace truck will pull in, Alex Bowman and Kyle Busch will lead him to green here in Heat 3. Alex Bowman leads him down. He goes to the top side. That top side's finally getting ran in as he will get a massive, monstrous run off the turn. Here comes Harvick. Oh, he clipped him. Into the tire he goes. And Bowman from the lead, he's out. Bowman, Alex Bowman from the lead. You got to feel for him. Ripping the top. Harvick came up, slid in there, just barely made contact with Bowman's quarter panel, and he went sent spinning in the infield into the tire. Huge hit. That toe link looks to be broken on that race car, and he will be done. But luckily, points provisional's looking pretty good for him. He is currently 10th in the regular season points, so he's set pretty good. I think he'll be able to make the show, but very disappointing for Bowman. He'll have to start in the rear in the feature. Take a look at this a few more times. Alex Bowman clipped in the quarter panel, sent into the tire. His day is done, at least for the heat races, and he'll have to focus on tomorrow. As Alex Bowman, the only one involved in the wreck, we're going to go back green with 2 laps to go here in the heats. The driver is set for a 2-lap shootout in Heat 3. The green flag is flying, and Kevin Harvick will clear for the lead. 2 laps to go. Byron slide job. He sends it in 3 abreast for the race lead as Kyle Busch now sneaks through. Here comes Kyle Busch on the outside. 1 lap to go. Contact made. Here comes Harvick sliding it in, but Kyle Busch with the crossover. Kyle Busch now through 3 and 4 the final time. Byron slides it in, but it's not enough. Kyle Busch will win here at Lernerville for Heat 3. What a finish for Heat 3. An amazing job by Kyle Busch working those 2 lines, going from top to bottom, trying to block at each lane. But Carson Hocevar, the driver who finishes on the wrong side of the cut, he will get eliminated. But if he can get a points provision, that'd be great, but I don't think it's going to happen. So let's take a look at this finish. Kyle Busch in the wall, contact with Harvick. Harvick throws it in the corner, all the way up the track. Kyle Busch lifts off the gas to cut through the middle. Byron down to the bottom, but it's not enough. Busch gets the bite, and he will clear Byron and win by a whole car length. What a finish. This track provides great racing. But the big story, Kyle Busch with that 1 point. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch tied up for that regular season points lead. So if Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch finish in the top 10, whoever's ahead will get that regular season points win. An extra 5 playoff points. But up next, the final heat of Heat 4. Let's get to it. Welcome back for Heat 4, the final heat here in today's races, as this one should be a banger as all the other ones have also been. And up front, Kyle Larson, that dirt racer. Tyler Reddick, another dirt racer. Ryan Blaney, his father, Dave Blaney, a very good dirt racer. This should be a hell of a race for these fans. These fans have been expecting great racing, and they have got that this whole entire weekend so far. Top and bottom working great. As you take a look at the racing surface, it's aged perfectly for this situation. Top line, bottom line, you can see the grooves, the berms building up, helping those cars get that bite, get that rotation they need. That 45-degree angle, drift around that top of the racetrack. It just works perfectly for the racing surface, bottom or top, great racing. Kyle Larson, that dirt racer, runs late models, runs sprint cars, runs midgets, anything you can think of, he will drive it. An Indy car, maybe a Formula 1 car, who knows? But Kyle Larson, do not doubt him behind the wheel. He can win this race easily. Even tomorrow, he can win it. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and John Hunter Nemechek will be the field today. But only 7 of those drivers will be able to make it, so let's see who's going to do it. Welcome back to Lernerville Speedway for the final heat of the evening. Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, dirt aces, lead him to green. Kyle Larson almost put Reddick in the wall, as here comes the dirt racer, Ryan Blaney on the bottom. But up front, Kyle Larson all clear, but Blaney to the bottom once again. Larson ripped that top, so is Reddick. They came back to him. A great race by your leaders. Blaney slides up. Oh, Larson almost off the track. They're 3 wide. Here comes Tyler Reddick on the top. But Blaney's still on the bottom. He will lead that lap. Barely around goes Keselowski. John aren't even checking the wall. Larson's around. So is McDowell. And it's a massive pileup on the front straightaway. The caution flag will fly for these 4 race cars piled up in the wall. And all those race cars, except Nemechek, only have minor damage it appears to have. Brad Keselowski, looks like he got loose right here. McDowell clips him just barely. I think those two will be fine. Nemechek hit the outside wall pretty hard. I don't think he'd be able to continue. But he's pretty good in points right now. Pretty sure he's sitting 18th. So he might be able to make it on points provisional. We'll see. As I take a slow motion replay of it, you can see Larson get spun out. Look at Austin Cindric with a wreck avoidance of 100%. All the way down to the bottom by the Duke tire. And Kyle Larson just squeezes right between those two. He'll be able to continue with some new fresh underpants because that was too close for him. As 4 race car drivers involved, 1 is out. We'll get back green with 1 lap to go. We have a 1-lap shootout on our hands. Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, dirt racers side by side, green flag in the air and the white flag. One more time around for Tyler Reddick. Here comes Blaney sliding it in. Oh, Stenhouse is around. Big hit for Stenhouse. That car mashes the wall and it erupts in flames as it finally goes out. But huge damage for that 47 car. That car is destroyed, but Ryan Blaney pulls out the slide job, and when the caution comes out, he is your race winner. As you can see him on the bottom, he clears Reddick, and then Stenhouse wrecks his race car and catches a blaze. But luckily, he has gotten out of that race car. He's fine. But Austin Cindric, just talking about him having the wreck avoidance, he goes for a spin, does a 360. I'm pretty sure he's okay. He'll finish this race. But, man, look at this hit. Huge hit. The rear end got in the air as there's no safer barrier down there because of this dirt track. But Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be out, and he will not make the feature for tomorrow. And I just got confirmed that we know the 2 drivers that will getting the points provisional. Alex Bowman and John Hunter Nemechek will get the points provisionals with the points position of 10th and 18th. Let's take a look at your finishing results. Blaney with that extra point should help him going into playoffs. If he can get a good start for the feature, which he'll start 4th, he could possibly get another win on the season at a dirt track. But after all the carnage that has happened in the heat races, we will get ready for the feature for tomorrow. It should be a great finish as we got 2 extra drivers to the field now with the points provisionals with Alex Bowman and John Nemechek. But Lernerville, thank you for having us here. Look at the racing here. It's just awesome. The top and bottom lanes working together. It's just such a good facility. We thank all the workers here for letting NASCAR come here for the regular season finale. But tomorrow, Saturday night racing under the lights here at Lernerville Speedway. This is Last Lap Racing Network signing out. See you tomorrow night.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.